In this video, I'm demonstrating how can we use game review function at chess.com. It's a paid function, so chess.com has an engine, very strong engine, to analyze the moves. And I will use, I will help you explore how can I try to learn the most of it from game review. And I will take this game as an example. And this is one of the game coming from my student. I will not show every detail of the game, but first of all, you could realize at the bottom there is a visual that shows how did the game like develop over time. So I was playing as white, or my student was playing as white, and you can see from the like at the beginning of the game, so white is better because the white bar is higher than the black bars until probably from this move. So after knight f4, white is way better, positive, like with three positive three scores from the engine. So we play bishop c4, and yeah, so I think the engine tell us the best move is queen a4. That's as a fork we can win a knight. And you might think about, okay, so what about king to e7? So if we take the knight, do we need to worry about losing the bishop? So actually, I don't think that's a problem because we can keep attacking the bishop, and since the black king hasn't a castle, so for example, the bishop goes to like b4, let's say, so we can keep adding pieces to attack like the black king, queen to d5, and king to h4. So king go down, we can mate at the end. If f6, we can yeah, just break or destroy the defense of black. So yeah, so there's some opportunity we missed. So this is one thing, a very simple thing. We can utilize this chart to show the errors we make or the mistakes we make and the opportunity we miss. But another thing, I think most of players, or at least from what I have observed, some reviewers don't utilize, but I personally feel very valuable is, let's come to this position. So black moved knight to e7. That turned out to be a mistake, and the rating, the score is like 1.2 positive. White is still better, slightly better. And during this game, we made the move queen to c1, which is regarded as a blunder. And I can tell where is this move coming from, because white is trying to attack h6, the g7 points pin, but because we focus too much on the king side, I think we ignored or missed the hanging bishop. So black can win the bishop, even though we take h6. I think black can play. Black has a lot of ways to defend. Knight f5, attack g7, attack the queen, and also queen to h7. So black can win like the light square bishop after queen c1. And the reason I want to highlight this position is I'm pretty sure when the game was happening, white doesn't know how to maximize its strengths. So from the bar, we can tell white is better, but we don't know how to utilize this advantage. How can we proceed, or how can we set up a concrete plan during the game? So this is another part I want to highlight. So I would challenge the computer at chess.com. So I would choose a very high bot, like 3,200, or you can choose like 2,800. It's still very high. It's higher than my rating. So I will try to learn from how will the computer play, and I will compare the moves to see if I see the position or similar position again. How can I find or create opportunities? So in this game, so I will switch side. I will let computer play as white, and I will play as my opponent. So my opponent, oh, so the computer played knight e4, and the purpose clear. White is attacking my bishop. That's a honey piece. I have to deal with that. Another thing is white is involving as many pieces as possible to the king side. Knight f6, f6 is something I need to pay attention to, but I think the first of all I need to make the bishop say I don't want to lose pieces in this position, so I might move my bishop to b6. That's a decent move, and queen to d2. So remember the game during the game we play queen to c1, and with queen to d2, I think one of the purpose is same as queen to c1, that is targeting at h6. But the good thing from king to d2 is the bishop is safe. So this is something I can learn from the computer. I think computer also noticed this opportunity, but with attacking the h6 pawn, the computer also defending the bishop. So this is something I think we can learn from the computer. Okay, so I need to deal with h6, and naturally I will move knight to f5 because I can protect the pawn. Okay, knight to d6. So now white utilized the knight from c2 to e4 and d6. So white is really involving as many pieces as possible. So forcing me to move the knight. Otherwise, knight will be captured or exchanged by d6 knight. So this is the way white is trying to weakening my defense at the king side. So if I take the knight, white is going to take my pawn first. That's really dangerous move because queen h7 and queen g7, both of moves are deadly checkmate. If I move my knight to protect g7, queen h7, and I don't know, if I move knight to f5, bishop will take my knight, and later queen d7. If I play pawn d7, yeah, I think I will be brutally mated in 3 or 4. So this is how I learn from the board. Basically, I choose a position where the game, as I show you, I choose a position. I usually choose a position where, like, yeah, why both sides are very close. You see, like this one. So white is just a positive 1, very slightly advantage of white, and we don't know how to deal with this position. So I can choose my the computer as my opponent and set up a plan, and I was trying to play against it to see if the plan works. And the important thing is we need to compare the plan from the computer and ours, and to see why the computer is playing better than us. So for example, knight to e4, white is slowly, or not slowly, white is gradually involving pieces to the king side, and the knight really works. Knight to d6, that's a really good attacker, removing my knight at f5, and also this move is like kicking my bishop, so which makes, yeah, white is quicker in attacking. I have to move my bishop away, and queen d2. Comparing this move with what we did, like queen c1. And if I made another one, like king to h8, yeah, still knight to d6. So the knight is attacking f7 and also blocking our path at the d file. So I cannot develop this like square bishop. This knight is really annoying. Bishop c7. I just play something I feel decent. I want to exchange with the knight, and bishop e4. So all of the pieces are active now. And move the rook because the rook is under attack. Rook to d1. See? So all the pieces are working together, and the rook and the queen are controlling the d file. And I will exchange queen to d6. Let's exchange the queens. The pawn takes my queen, so there is a passed pawn. And if I move, yeah, I think I'm losing because d7. Will I lose the knight e5? Oof, so much threat. d7. So yeah, knight d7. Can I make the bishop here? d7, take, and later knight c6. Yeah, I think white will win material after knight c6. and I cannot do anything about it. Knight e7 probably. No. Okay, yeah. I will lose a piece. Yeah, I will lose a rook. So this is how we can learn from the computer as an example.